Hi guys, what's up? It's Killer Shrew Fan here, ready to bring you yet another requested video review. Today's review is gonna be of this guy, the Terra by Battat Ceratosaurus figure. This figure was, of course, requested, fittingly so, by King Cerato. I assume it's pronounced the same, even with all those symbols. Thank you so much for that request. Thank you for your patience. I know you requested this a while back, so thank you so much for bearing with us while we took the time to make this review. And we're always just so excited to review Terra figures because they have got this lovely packaging. But without further ado, we are going to give you guys a closer look at the container here, and then we're going to bust it open and give you a closer look at the Ceratosaurus itself. So, without further ado, let's do this! So, in the back there, you can see you have got this sort of diorama image of a canyon-like setting. Reminds me of when dinosaurs roamed America, that kind of environment. And it's very cool that I can just instantly picture that with this box. Going down the right-hand side, you've got the species, Ceratosaurus there. And then against the, across the bottom there, you've got the Terra by Battat logo. This Ceratosaurus is part of the Dan LaRusso signature collection, and right up here you've got the 3+ years warning, which I qualify for. The side of the box is what we come to expect from Terra. It's got the logo against a topographical map, and then as you go down you get to a this end up arrow mixed in with a couple of crate holes to sort of show that this is a living specimen, and I just think that that is so cool and creative and definitely gives the kids a little sort of imagination play scenario. And this is of course the same on the opposite side as well. The back of the box features the creature's pertinence, the species name, fun facts, when it lived, all that jazz. And if you want to go ahead and take a moment to pause this video and read over all of those factoids, then by all means feel free to. We're not going to do it here since our reviews are long enough as is. But without further ado, I think it's time we cracked this guy out of his packaging. Alright, let's do this. So if you guys are keen to bust this Ceratosaurus out of the packaging, it is a very simple process. All you have to do is come to the side here and snip this tape using a sharp implement of some sort. As always, safety first, otherwise we will be extinct just like the dinosaurs themselves. And then it is a simple matter of opening that tab there, grabbing it right in this area, and sliding it out of the exoskeleton container-esque area, and there you can see the Ceratosaurus. And then all you gotta do is untwist these two little twist ties right down at the bottom. I would encourage you, if you are a collector, to save all of this because you can put him back into the box once you are done if you see fit. So here is the Ceratosaurus, free of his cardboard prison at long last, and as you can see, this little figure, I gotta say, I really like him out of the packaging. He feels great in the hand. He is a good size, and I think he sizes up very well next to other theropod dinosaurs. And the paint scheme itself reminds me of the Ceratosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, which I think is very cool. But without further ado, we're going to give you guys a closer look at all of the detail that comes on this model, and as always, we are going to start off at the head. So there you can see you have got the iconic Ceratosaurus nose, or nasal crest sculpted in there, and it's got a nice splash of color. Those things may have been used as displays, so I think it's really cool that they included that. You also have got individually sculpted and painted teeth poking out over the lower jaw there, and the eye is set in a nice dark carved out area highlighted in black, which gives it a very vibrant and lifelike look to it. I think it's so cool that they painted this way because the eye is instantly readable from a distance and really gives this thing a very cool look. The texturing on this Ceratosaurus is pretty simple. You have got sort of sandpaper scaling going on the head there, and as we go down the body you can see there are striations sculpted across the entire surface. You've also got osteoderms and spine ridges going down the back and side in rows, and the wrinkling covers the entire surface. There really isn't a lot of scale work going on this Ceratosaurus model. It really is just all the wrinkles. There you can see the arms, and we get back to the powerful looking thigh where you've got some lovely musculature bulging through the skin there. You can see a couple of those dermal ridges going down the row there. And the tail also features all of those wrinkles and comes to a sort of curved down swoop, and it does touch the ground. The Ceratosaurus does use its tail as a balancing point, so it is a tripod dinosaur, but we'll talk about why I think that's okay later. Going back up the opposite side, it's the same story. Wrinkles adorning the entire surface area, striations, you've got the osteoderms, the dermal ridges on the back, some lovely folds of skin as the leg is bunched up and pulled away. There you can get an idea of the scapula at the joining of the neck and midsection, and some lovely bunching up of the skin as gravity works in their favor. And as you can see, the Ceratosaurus is turning his head slightly off to the left, and once again, the eye crest and the nasal horn look fantastic on this Ceratosaurus. I really do enjoy that look. Here we'll give you a better look at the feet and legs. As you can see, once again, they are covered with the wrinkles. You've got some lovely sculpted anatomy in the calves. The knee has a nice bunching up of skin in that area, and I think that is fantastic. And we come up to that powerful thigh once again. Opposite side, you can see that the toes are painted a sleek black, not really weathered or worn in any way, which is kind of a nitpick for me, but it's nice to see that they did at least paint the toes. Going up the leg, once again, you've got a nice bulging calf, some rippling musculature in the thighs, and a lovely flap of skin pulling away from the body as the leg is pulled back. Here you can see the arms, which do feature that signature fourth pinky claw that was just vestigial at that point. The claws are painted a nice sleek black, once again, nice and glossy, and you've got some lovely sculpted musculature in the bicep there, which you can see reads from a distance. And again, you've got some subtle wrinkulature texture, wrinklage going on all over these arms. Here you can see the other one. Once again, you've got the pinky, nice sleek black claws, the whole enchilada. I mean, yeah, the musculature in the arm, once again, sculpted in. These arms look pretty good, I gotta say, and I love the fact that they did include that pinky in an appropriate manner, so good job for that one. As you can see, the pose on this Ceratosaurus is a little uninteresting, kind of lame. He's just kind of standing there with his arms slightly curled up and the tail swishing back behind him to provide a third balancing point. And I know tripod dinosaurs bother some people. They don't really bother me all that much, and again, I'm going to explain why here in a little bit. As far as the paint scheme goes, as you can see, this is a very, very vibrantly colored Ceratosaurus. It is red with a white underbelly, black stripes, and then splashes of orange on its eye ridges and the nasal horn. Really does remind me of that Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus and even the Demon Carnotaurus from Kenner. I do love the paint scheme on this particular model. It even seems like it was inspired by the original Battat Carnotaurus, which I think is fantastic. For size comparison, we're going to go ahead and bring in a few models for you here. We're going to start off by bringing in the Papo take on the Ceratosaurus, and obviously it's Papo. These two look like they don't belong to the same world at all. Papo's detail is much more on the nose, much more sublime, and the paint scheme is also a little more subtle, has some nice gradation, but you can see that they are very similar in size. Not necessarily in style, but definitely in size, and we have reviewed the Ceratosaurus on our channel, so if you're curious to hear our thoughts on that particular model, link is in the description. Next up for size comparison, we're going to go ahead and bring in the original Battat model of the Ceratosaurus, and as you can see, this one does not use its tail to tripod. Of course, it's going to stand just fine on our review space now that I'm trying to prove a point, but trust me on this one, whenever I have him on a shelf, he does not stand. He needs to lean up against something. The tail on this Terra one does offer some much needed support, and I think that is great. I know the original Battat one has a more active stance, which a lot of people leap for but overall, I do think the tail needs to be down. And as you can see, the paint schemes are very different. The Terra one is, see, now he's not going to stand. Ah, there he goes. The red, I love the red on the Terra version. The Battat one is mostly green with a cream underbelly and some red stripes. But honestly, this is one of the times where I'm going to say, if you have to pick between these two, feel free to get the Terra version. I do think out of all of the repaints that we got out of the Terra by Battat line, that this Ceratosaurus definitely is the best. And actually does work to exceed the original in many regards. So yes, with the rare nature of Battat models, don't feel bad if you have to pick up this Terra one. I think it is a worthy and a worthy substitute. Well, everyone, that is going to do it for our look at the Terra by Battat Ceratosaurus model. Overall, this model is quite good, one of the standouts from the line, if you ask me. Definitely one of my favorites. I love the paint scheme. Excuse me. Whoa, got something in my throat there. I love the paint scheme on this guy. The sculptural details are what you would expect from Terra, and it is very affordable. It's part of their smaller range, so I believe it's like $6.99 or something like that. So all things considered, I think I'm going to go ahead and give this model a 7.5 out of 10. It is easy to get, affordable, decent model of the Ceratosaurus, good for kids and collectors alike. So yes, it does come recommended from Killer Shrew Fan. As always, I want to know what you guys think of this model. Do you own it? Do you own? Is it one of your favorite Terra by Battat? One of the favorites from the lineup. Let me know all of your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's look, don't be afraid to let us know by hitting that like button. And also, don't forget to subscribe on the way out. A lot of our videos are very similar in nature, so if you enjoyed this one, odds are you'll enjoy the next one. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in, and that's going to do it for us today. Killer Shrew Fan, out.